So unfortunately, this effort to manage anxiety can easily become an effort to stop having anxiety, which is not only impossible so long as we live, but it distracts us from attending to what's more important in life and likely raises the ante on those symptoms as well. So this perspective suggests the need for an approach that's based much more on working with rather than against the experience of anxiety. Because generally when people are making statements like this, they're so close to noticing that they're being tricked. It's implicit in the very statement they're making. They just don't quite trust the statement enough to notice what it's really telling them. It's so irrational. What is this statement telling me? It's so irrational. I might ask a client, what's the irrational part? The irrational part, of course, is I'm treating this like danger when it's not. That's the irrational part. Change the relationship they have with worry. Now, typically, that's an odd turn of phrase to a lot of people. Typically, a client isn't particularly aware of having any relationship with worry. They just think all these problems keep occurring to me, and I'm trying to handle them as best I can. So they think they're just handling the content of the worries. So a very first step in changing this relationship is to help people become more aware in a conscious, deliberate manner of what this whole worry process means when it presents to them. So then to what do you attribute your failure to have these catastrophes? And you've been afraid, you've had repeated panic attacks maybe where you thought you were going to have a coronary event, you thought you were going to faint, you thought you were going to freak out and take your clothes off and go running across the street. To what do you attribute your failure to have any of these episodes? And when you ask people this, take out your papers and pens, because they're going to start to give you chapter and verse of all the safety behaviors to which they mistakenly attribute their safety. I left the place, I called my support person, I took out my water bottle, I splashed cold water on my face, this and that. They're going to have all kinds of safety behaviors to which they attribute their survival